I just spent the night in a homemade shelter. I cooked some delicious food and had a lot of fun. This is one of my favorite videos I've ever filmed. These look like moose tracks, but they are definitely more than a couple days old. It is an absolutely gorgeous day. It's in the 40s today, which is crazy because it's February. The warmth today actually makes me a little bit nervous. The snowpack in this area should be around 4 feet by this time of year. It's actually around 4 inches. Okay, I'm gonna start gathering some firewood and then some wood for my shelter as well. It's not just snowpack you have to worry about when it gets warm in the wintertime like this. Grizzly bears have a tendency to wake up from hibernation. I'm a little more cautious than I have been. Okay, found some nice dead trees in this stand. You can see a red squirrel has his stash under the snow here. These are just the leftovers of the pine cones after he eats the pine nuts. In the fall time, grizzly bears will actually look for these stashes and they'll steal the pine cones from the squirrels. See all these dry branches? These are going to be perfect kindling. It takes a lot of energy to melt snow, and one of the reasons is it reflects heat super duper well. So I'm actually building a fire reflector out of this snow. It'll keep my shelter a little bit warmer. Okay, well that sun is dipping below the horizon, so I better get this fire started before it gets too cold out here. So, I realized two things. One, I had this Dutch oven dinner planned that was going to be really, really good, but I forgot my Dutch oven. The other thing is, I forgot to bring any kind of tinder I can light with my ferro rod. I grabbed this from my first aid kit. I'm going to see if it catches a spark. And I guess I'll just have to figure out how to cook dinner when I get there. These little fire sticks will take a flame really, really well, but they won't catch a spark. Oh, look at that. That worked really good. Okay, I think that fire is going pretty good. I'm gonna start on my shelter.
It's cool to show up to a campsite and see the night campfire already rolling.
How was the drive?
Good. How are you?
Doing good.
Good.
Well, you know you've got a good dad when they're willing to drive over 2 hours to come camp with you in the wintertime. I'm glad he's here. It's a lot less lonely at night when you're camping with someone else. Okay, I think I built a pretty cozy shelter. Uh-oh. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, I was planning on making pizza in the Dutch oven tonight, but I forgot my Dutch oven. So we're gonna just try and make it as directly in the campfire as possible. I've got this little mini pot I'm gonna sit it on top of to elevate it above the coals a little bit, and then hopefully there's enough heat radiating from above that it'll melt the cheese. All right, just got a little piece in there. We're gonna try it out. Starting to burn. Literally took like 30 seconds.
That's awesome.
Wow. That really hits the spot. My dad's just cooking chili right on the fire. Gonna fold this last one over like a sandwich. That's exciting. He's putting chili in tortillas with cheese. Looks really good. Sure, it'll still be yummy.
Doing those 16 miles, and I'm just pushing it too hard. Like on the ultras are coming in, and he told me like X amount of hours to finish that ultra. He says, no, you do the math. Really slow.
Yeah,
you know?
it is. There's a coyote off in that direction that keeps howling. It actually sounds pretty close to us. Well, I think I'm gonna go to sleep. I'll see you guys in the morning. My boots are all frozen.
What do you generally...
About 1 a.m. we had a coyote right here in camp. He was really, really loud. And then I think he was communicating with a couple more over that way. It is fun camp. And yeah. Told you about that coyote. He came right here next to our camp.
Cool. If any of them survive, I'm sure some.
So breakfast round one, we've got Spam cooking up. All right, I'm gonna show you how to make one of my favorite camp foods in the whole world. This is just flour, baking powder, and salt. Gonna add a little bit of vegetable oil in there. Can I borrow some water, Dad? That's probably good. I don't have a... Do you have a lighter?
Mm-hmm.
Myself one of these. Okay. There's our bannock bread. So I'm gonna have one of these with Spam, and then the other one I'm gonna have with honey butter.
Yeah, I remember that. Into a habit sometimes. We'll just put on the kettle and...
Well, unfortunately, the honey butter is frozen solid. You remember that squirrel cache I found yesterday? I'll be back in like 5 minutes, Dan.
Okay.
I'm not seeing any squirrels, unfortunately.
With the shot.
Well, the hunter-gatherer in me hasn't given up yet, so I think I'm going to stop at a fishing hole on the way home. Alrighty, I'm gonna go drive down to the valley where the river is. Hopefully I can catch something for dinner tonight. My dad is so good for coming all the way up here just to sleep the cold night with me. If you want to check out his YouTube channel as well, I'll link it here. He builds out his overlander. Anyway, I'll see you at the river. By the way, if you're interested in any of the gear that I use, I link it all down in the description. Those are trumpeter swans. Most years this is a spot people ice fish, but there is no snow and no ice. Lure fishing generally isn't super productive in the wintertime, but I had hoped with the warm weather I might be able to catch something. Oh well. If you like these fishing kind of videos, make sure to subscribe because I've got a lot of fishing videos coming up. And if you enjoy the camping videos, I've got a lot of those too. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video.